perspective. As of now, since it is a Java related Eclipse tool, the Java perspective is going to be displayed by default. Okay, there are so many other perspectives like Java, JPA, resource, web, so many perspectives are there, and of course other things like JTE also is there if the plugin is enabled. If you are added JTE plugin into your Eclipse tool. Okay, right. So either you can select it is similar to view again. Either if you are closing a specific perspective by using this specific perspective like Java, it will be bring back your all things. Okay. Assume that you closed couple of views or some of the perspective, but you may lost what are the views you closed it. Okay. Nothing to worry. In that under window menu, there is something called reset perspective. When you are calling that reset perspective, the default perspective is going to be restored. Okay, meaning Java perspective is going to be restored. All of you got it? In the case of JTE version of Eclipse, JTE perspective is going to be displayed by default. Okay, so that specific functionality is going to be vary editor to editor, or editor to editor in the sense either Eclipse JTE version or Eclipse Java version or Eclipse PHP version. This operation is going to be varied, but this is the general operation. Okay, and of course you can select that other perspective. Other also you can select, and from that other perspective you can select it. Of course, here there is no select box to type it, whereas scroll box will be there. You can scroll it and then you can select the perspective views. Okay, something like that. Switching between the perspective. So in this previous screen, see for example, there are couple of things are there. One is Java is there, Java EE is there, Java browsing is there, JavaScript is there. So whichever the perspective you want, you can select it and then you can click OK button so that the specific perspective is going to be displayed with the default views. Default views is going to be displayed. Okay, default view in the sense whichever is related to JTE, the specific views are going to be displayed. Okay, right. See here, I just changed my view from Java to JTE, so that I got another one under JTE. There is besides JTE, there is another view called debug. So debug is one of the default view for JTE. Of course, debug is also the default view for Java as well. Okay, so whereas the previous screen is not visible, but debug is one of the default view is for JTE as well as Java programs. Okay, under which there are something called outline and task list is there. These are all the things. Suppose if I am selecting debug, so in the debug you can see the breakpoint. Okay, if I am selecting debug view, in that debug view you can see that the breakpoint as well as the variables and its values, all these things. Okay, so such kind of things you can shift. Okay, and of course the quick view is you can directly click that the Java EE or debug. That is the quick access to shift the or switch the views perspective basically. Or there is something called plus symbol just before JTE tab, which is nothing but under Windows menu select perspective. That is the one thing. That is a shortcut or toolbar to enable the specific perspective. Okay. Next one is you can go ahead with that customized perspective. Okay. So where you can select whatever the by default these are all selected. One is the file, debug, launch, Java EE, search, all these things. Other things also you can select it. Whenever you are selecting these perspective, these can be viewable in the file menu. Whenever you are clicking file menu, these things you can see it. Okay, so this is something like customizing. So apart from the default one, you are setting your own Eclipse to display extra menus under file menu. Such kind of things you can do it. Okay, right. I'm not covering that other part of this customizer perspective. Okay, because I would like to cover the something else as well. So I move on to the next one. Workspace. Workspace is a major or vital role in this tool basically, because this is the place where developers is most widely using. Okay, one is project, one is file, and one is folders. These are all contained by this workspace. Okay, so of course we have seen in the diagram here, you can see that like editor area is there, and then the package explorer is there, right? These two places are major vital role, and of course it's a part of this workspace basically. Okay, so projects, files, and folders is there. Okay, right. How to manage your workspace? Basically, in this project explorer, where it is going to be displayed your project name, and it will display all the project related folders, so that developers can select the project files for the specific project and the files, and they can edit. Okay, so this is where your developers can able to select the project or create a new file under this specific which folder they want to create. They can select the specific folder and then they can create a file. So this is a major important place in workspace. Let us talk about how to create a Java project. By doing this one, we can see how we are going to use that project explorer, as well as the editor area, as well as one of the major view is nothing but a console view. So these three things we can see it out here. Okay, first thing, now you need to go to file menu. Under file menu, we have to click the new button, new menu, submenu. Under new submenu, you can see the different type of project, the different type of things, what you want to create. One, you can create a project, Java project, or you can simply create a project, or you can create a package, or you can create a class, interface, annotation, or whatever, and so on, you can create. Okay, right. Since this is the first step, so the very first step is you have to decide what we are going to do, whether it is a Java project, or whether it is a JTE project, or whether it is an like a unit test class project or something like that. You have to decide. Based on that, we have to select accordingly. Okay. Now, so in this seminar, we are going to create a Java project. So hence, I'm just going to select the Java project. Okay. So once you selecting the Java project, it will be displaying a window or pop-up window or dialog box where you have to specify the project name. Okay, this is the important place. So you have to specify the project name. Once you specify the project name, of course, the second one, there is a checkbox, use default location. So in the default location, in the sense, by default, it will be showing your workspace in this text box. The location text box, by default, it will be displaying the workspace location. If you do not want to use the default one, of course, you can uncheck and then you can browse the folder. Wherever you want, you can select the folder and then you can proceed. Okay, so that's the one thing. Second one is you have to select the JRE. Okay, so either you can select the JRE. Okay, so which JRE, which version of JRE or JDK, I can say that JDK, which version of JDK you want to use, that you can select it, okay, or already installed JRE, you can use it, okay. The first one is it's a JDK. The second one is a runtime environment. Only runtime environment you can select it, you can specify, or otherwise you yourself, user is a default JRE, or you can, there is something called configure JRE. Assume that nothing is displayed in this drop down, and if you want to change or if you want to configure on your own, it is also possible by clicking that configure JRE, where you can select the JRE. Okay. The third one and all, it is something like either you want to create a separate folder for source files as well as the classes files. Classes file meaning the compiled version of your Java file. Okay. So you want to separate or you want to keep it in the same folder itself. So that is your choice. Such kind of things you can use it. And of course, these are some default things. Nothing to change it basically. Okay. Even the JRE things also, most of the cases, it's all default things you can use it. But project specific, if you want to change based on your project requirement. See, for example, the client might be using the older version of Java, JDK 1.6, but in your case, you might be already installed JDK 1.8, and of course, since you have to bring down to version 1.6, meaning you have to install 1.6 in your machine, and you have to point it to 1.6, so that you can use either JDK 1.6 as well as 1.8. So that is your choice. But it all depends on your project specific. Okay. Some such kind of thing. Once you provided the project name, okay. Once you provided the project name, say for example, I am assuming that I just gave that a first project in this project name. Once you click this finish button, it will show you in the project explorer stating that under a first project. So there is a SRC folder, and it also displays what kind of JRE you are using, which version of JRE you are using. That library system is going to be displayed. Okay. So now under SRC folder only, you will be creating whatever the Java classes or Java files you have to create under this SRC folder. Whatever you are creating, any file outside of this SRC folder will not be considered by Eclipse. Eclipse will be ignoring all those files. So developers has to create a file under this SRC folder only. Okay, all of it clear? Now I'm going to create a package. Okay, I'm going to create a package. So previously what we are doing, by using the file menu, we have created a project, right? We have created a project, meaning Java project we have created. We have clicked with the Java file menu. Under file menu, we clicked the new menu. Under new menu, we clicked Java project. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is, we have to right click this SRC folder. Once you right click, it will show you this, the first menu, like new, open in new window, open type hierarchy, all these things is going to be displayed. And keep the mouse over on this new menu, so that the sub menu is going to be displayed once again, which is similar to file new, correct? Again, you can see here Java, project, package, class, interface, all these stuff you can see here. Okay. Now I'm going to select the package. Okay, because already I created a project. Project in the sense, whenever you are creating a project, Eclipse tool is going to create a template for your project. Now I'm just clicking the package. Whenever you are clicking the package menu, it will take you to it will show you a dialog box where you can specify the package name under name field. Okay, under name field. And of course, here it is showing that where this package is going to be created under the source folder, which is nothing but the project name / SRC folder. So we are creating a package name called com.test. I guess I don't require to explain what is package here because it is a Java standard. So I hope this is one of the assumptions we mentioned that developers must be knowing little bit concept of packaging or Java. Okay. So this is the package name I provided com.test. Once you provide this name, click the finish button so that the small window in the package explorer you can see under src folder com.test is going to be created. All of it clear to this? Once it is created, okay, once this package is created, we can create a class now. So first step, what we have created? We created a project by clicking the file menu, click new, then we selected Java project. The second one, we have right clicked under src folder and then selected the package. We provided the package name, right? And of course, the third one, we are going to create a class. What we have to do now is, now right click the package name com.test. Right click the package name com.test so that it will show you the same menu and select the new and it will show you the sub menu. Here you select the class. Here you can select the class. So in this, here it will show you the dialog box where it will show you the source folder, package name, because we selected the package name and then the right click so that the package name is coming as by default. Okay, so these things you can directly, even you can directly create a class by clicking the file menu, go to new and click the class. But the only thing is you have to specify manually the source folder, package name, and then have to specify the name. Name meaning class name. Java class name we are specifying here. Okay. So here it has so many other options. Whether you want to create a public class or you are creating an abstract class or whether it's a private class or it's a protected class or it's a static class. All these things you can specify, you can select it. Okay. Based on that, based on the selection, the skeleton of the class is going to be generated. Okay. And of course, you can specify if you are importing or if you are extending any other subclasses. So that you can specify in the text box called superclass. So there you can specify the superclass over here. You can, if you know the complete package name along with the class name, you can directly type it here, or by clicking the browse button, it will take you to another dialog box where you can specify the class name alone so that it will display the list of class name. For example, you can say the date. You can type in date in after clicking the browse button, and it will show you two different things. One is java.util.date, another one is java.sql.date. So based on this one, you can select which date you are going to use it. That is the developer's choice based on the requirement. They can select it and then they can click OK button so that that is going to be displayed in the superclass. So which will become java.util.date. Next one, interface is there. So interface, you cannot directly type it, but you can click that add button. In that add button, it will take you to another dialog box where you can specify the interface name. Again, if you know the complete path of that package name along with that interface name, you can specify, or you can specify the simply interface name. It will display the interface name along with the package. You can select it and click OK button so that it is going to be displayed in the interface. Okay. Of course, you can add multiple interfaces into this box, whereas superclass you can add only one because Java supports one. You cannot extend multiple classes, but you can implement multiple interfaces. That is the reason they kept it like this. Okay. If you want to create a main method in your Java program, you can simply tick the checkbox public static void method. Okay. And if you want to call the superclass from your superclass constructor from your class, you can tick that one so that internally it will call the superclass. Okay, and assume that if you are keeping the super class, it's an abstract class. So some of the method might be abstract. Those methods need to be implemented so that you can use that inherit abstract method, so that those method is going to be implemented by you. Okay, all these things. And if you want to generate the comments for each level, like package level, class level, constructor level, something like that, you can click that check box and then click finish button, so that it will generate a class. Okay. So assume that I created a class called hello world. So this is my simple class, because I did not select any of the super class, any of the interface, any of the public static void main method, even constructor. Okay, and there is no abstract method. There is no abstract, so nothing to worry about that. And even if you are checking that one, and of course I did not check that generate comments as well. So nothing is displayed over here. Okay, so when this package is, this class is going to be displayed in the editor area. Got it? In this editor area, you can edit, because it's generated. It's the Eclipse tool created a template of your class only. Okay, the rest of the things you have to write it, like the logic, business logic and all. You have to write it. Assume that you forgot to add this static main method. It's not a problem. In this editor, you can type it on your own. For example, public static void main string of, that's a standard, Java standard. So within this main method, you can create your own business logic. All of you got it? So you can put your business logic in this main method. Okay. So far what we have done, we have created a project. Next one, we have created a package. Next one, we have created a class. All of you got it? Now, next one is, the very important task is how to create or how to compile this class. Actually, by default, you don't need to compile this Java classes. The Eclipse tool is going to be compile this Java class automatically. Okay, so we need not worry about compilation process. Okay, but of course, if anything error in this class, it is going to be underlined by red line. Okay, underlined by the red line. So for example, instead of system, S is capital here, right? Instead of capital letter, assume that I'm saying that smaller letter, system.out. It will be underlined. The system is going to be underlined by red color, because there is no such object, or there is no such class is there in Java, such kind of thing. Okay. So all these things is going to be displayed. Right. Assume that if you want to explicitly compile this Java class, what you will be doing? Remember, we were discussed about that the project menu. Under project menu, there is something called clean and build. Build meaning it is going to be compiled. Clean, it is going to be deleted. All the already compiled classes is going to be deleted. Okay. So under project menu, you can see these things. One is clean is there. By default, build automatically is checked. If you do not want your editor need to be compiled by default, you can uncheck this one. Okay. By unchecking this one, Eclipse tool will not compile your Java code automatically. So in that scenario, you have to use that build working set, or build all is there, right? Build all is there. So by using the build all or build project, so you can use any of this one. Whenever you are unchecking this build automatically, other two things, build all and build project, is going to be enabled. Okay. So based on this selection, so some of the menus is going to be enabled. As of now, build automatically is selected. Hence, other menus like build all or build project are disabled. Okay. So something like that. So these are all things are there. So whenever if I'm clicking the clean, there is two options. If you want to clean all the projects, or if you want to clean a specific project, that you can your choice. Suppose that I'm selecting the clean project selected below. So the below projects are going to be enabled. As of now, all are disabled because the clean all project is selected. Hence, all the project is going to be cleaned and all the project is going to be compiled automatically because build automatically enabled. Okay. So now, if I am selecting clean project selected below, so the specific project is going to be, you can uncheck whatever the ticked one is going to be cleaned. And of course, for the benefit of you guys, once again, let me repeat this sign, how to run the program. Like whenever you're right clicking the Java world program, there is a menu will be opened. In that menu, you can select that run as. There are three options. One is run on server, another is the Java application, another is the Java configuration. As of now, we are not using any server, or it is not a web related program, so no need to go or no need to select the Java on server. And of course, some of the Java programs needs to input through the command line. In that scenario, you can select the Java configuration, or some other Java application needs to set that environment variables. Environment variables in you can specify this buffer size. Buffer size means memory size and everything, through which you can configure by using the run configuration. If nothing is to do, simply if you want to run the program, you can simply select that the second option, which is Java application. So in this video, I'm just selecting the Java application so that in my next screen, there is a console view is going to be opened automatically whenever you are executing or running the Java program. In that console view, you can see the output. Okay. So I executed the program and it is showing that welcome to Java world. That is the program. Now here I would like to talk about the debug mode. You can see that the line number 5, 6, 7, 8. Now beside this line number, there is a bar, blue color bar is there, right? Vertical bar. If you are double clicking in that bar, there will be a point mark will be displayed over there, which is nothing but a debug mode. Okay, you are fixing a pointer or breakpoint. I can say it's a breakpoint. So okay, so you are making a breakpoint into that specific line. For example, if I am saying that line number 7, double clicking, so I'm setting the breakpoint over there, and again, once again, what I will be doing, right click the Java, hello world to the Java program, and now we have to select the debug as. Select the debug as so that we are going to enable or we are going to execute our program in debug mode. Okay, select the debug as, and in that debug as there will be multiple options. One is run again, debug on server, debug application, Java application, debug configuration. Three options will be there. You can select accordingly. In this scenario, we will be selecting the debug application. Whenever you are selecting the debug application, your program will be executed and it will wait in the line number 7. Okay, it will wait in the line number 7. Okay, so that it will why it is waiting in the sense you can analyze what is happening in the specific line, or before that specific line, what is the value for each of the variables, all the things you can do it basically. Okay, so if you want to proceed further, there are a couple of shortcuts are there. What are the shortcuts is, one is F6, F5, F6 and F5. So these are the three major shortcuts you can use it. F6 is the specific line, the line number 7 is going to be executed and it will move on to the next line. Here the next line is line number 8. So the pointer, the break pointer is going to be moved to line number 8. If I am saying from this application or from this method, if I am calling any other method, okay, so if I want to go inside into that method, in that scenario, you can click F5. F5 meaning it will go inside into the next method, or it internal to the next level it will go. Whereas if I am simply clicking the F6, the specific line is going to be executed and it will go into the next line. in the debug mode. Okay, or otherwise you can use that in the toolbar. In the toolbar there is something called the green color icon, along with that white color triangle is there. That is the one for debug mode. So that through that icon you can execute that. If you are not using that shortcut key, you can use that toolbar here. Okay, this is how you are going to execute your programs. Okay, so far we have seen that the different version of Eclipse, and we have seen that the purpose of Eclipse, the different version of Eclipse, and how to install Eclipse in your machine, and what are the operating systems supported to use this Eclipse tool, right? And what is the major advantages of this tool that we have seen, and what is the project, the project explorer, and what is the workspace, what is the editor area, and what is view, or what is the perspective. All these things we have seen so far, right? So based on this, and of course we have created one sample Java project, and we have seen how to compile it and how to execute the program, and also we have seen how to see the output. All these things we have seen it, right? So this is a simple and sample for this webinar, and probably we can come up with for different technology, for different technology we can cover, or different parts of the technologies in different webinars as well. Okay, and I would like to wind up here, and if you have any questions related to this Eclipse, it's welcome. You can ask me any questions related to this. Okay, yeah, I got a question from Siddharth stating that he is asking me to explain that they run on Java as an application and run on server. So the exact difference is, assume that if you are having something like a web application requires a server so that you can deploy it in the server, then only you can execute the programs, right? Whereas in the case of standalone programs, in the standalone programs, you don't require any server, right? Through command line itself, you can run the program, if it is already compiled or if it is need to compile all the things. So in the case of standalone Java program, you can simply go ahead with that run as an application. Okay, if it is a server oriented like a servlet program or JSP files, all these things, you have to go ahead and deploy it or run on server only. You have to go. So in that scenario, if you are using that run on server, the server is going to be restarted and the specific file is going to be executed through the browser. Okay, because of web application, so those things you can execute only by using browser. You cannot execute any of the standalone programs by using server. I think I explained this one. Is it clear, Siddharth? Okay, F8. F8 is for, basically there are three functionality. One is F5 and F6 and F8. F8, assume that my breakpoint is there in line number 7. Okay, if I am simply saying that F8, if I am clicking that, or if I am pressing the button F8, it will execute rest of the program. Even though if you are having multiple breakpoints after line number 7, it will not be considered as a breakpoint. It will execute all the lines. It is just like run as application. Up to line number 7, I might be debugged. After line number 7, I might be very much confident on my program that the rest of the programs are well and fine. I don't need to debug further. So I want to execute the rest of the programs. So simply by clicking that F8, the rest of programs is going to be executed.